Okay, so older Dark Den viewers might remember this, might recognize this enclosure from some past projects. But what I want to do with it, I want to attempt a certain communal enclosure, communal setup. And this also gives me the opportunity to kind of test you guys. Do you know which animal we had in this enclosure? There is actually 3 potential correct answers. Can you maybe guess which 3 animals we had in this enclosure? Or maybe which was the first animal that we had? So the correct answer would be in this order. First, I made this enclosure for the devil, the centipede, the first centipede in the Dark Den. Then after him we had a certain beetles inside. And then after those beetles we had chips. No, not chips. Thor, the leopard gecko. He was the last animal inside, and since then it was just collecting dust. But now I want to use it for something else, and you see I kind of changed the design. Originally it had the hinges, and this was opening on top, like you would open it like this. But then I accidentally broke that. I don't really remember what happened, but I know that I dumped something on it, or when I opened it just broke. That's the moral of the story. And after that, for Thor, he didn't really need a top part, so I didn't have anything. But now for future inhabitants, I definitely need a door system, a closed system. And the reason why I didn't go again for the hinge system, it is because I will have this enclosure right here on this spot, you see? And that means that I won't be able to open that type of door system. Therefore, I have the sliding doors that I can just slide and do the stuff inside. Big brain, what else I can tell you? So, in this video we will do that. The animals that we are going to house, that at least I will attempt to house. First one will be the new sun beetles that I received recently. Actually I didn't receive the beetles, I received beetle larvas. And currently they are somewhere inside of this big bag of dirt. I mean, not big bag, big box of dirt. Yeah, let me try and find one. Hey larva, where are you? There should be like 14 inside. Oh, here is the larva that I was talking about. So in case you didn't watch that video, these are the guys, and I have 14 inside of this bin, and also I have one separate inside of this enclosure, this plastic bin, because I want to monitor this one and see if I can spot it when it makes the cocoon and also the whole development. I would like to document that. So yeah, this will be the first inhabitant, and then the second one. You might even forgot that I have these boys, and they are the giant African land snails. So in case you don't remember, I have 3 of these guys. These 2 are original ones, and this one is their offspring, and it is currently not outside. But they are, at least they were reproducing like crazy. They were constantly producing ton of eggs. So in order to not get swarmed by a giant African land snails, I was destroying those eggs before they hatched. But I let a couple of hatch, and this one is the only one that I left for me. And by the way, you see that I'm using this camera again. The reason for that is I received the new lens. Actually, it is not new lens, it is the used one, but it is almost as new. There is not a single scratch or anything, and just the feel of it, it's already better than mine. And there is now huge notable improvement into image quality, at least when I'm taking the pictures. Now, when it comes to video quality, it is not as dramatic because I am recording only in HD, but maybe in the future, once we move into the final Dark Den, maybe then I will start recording in 4K. Although that would mean that I would also need to upgrade my computer, but next year, yeah. That is something that I definitely won't do this year. It is cool that they are actually active now for the video. So that's the plan. I want to house these guys with those guys down there. and I was searching for some information if that is possible. In theory, I hope that there shouldn't be any problem. Also, I recently posted that question on the Instagram, and over there some people said that maybe beetle larvae will actually eat the snail eggs, which is actually not a problem for me because I don't want more snails. That means that, like a lot of stuff that I do in my videos, this is going to be like some sort of experiment where we will see how this thing will work out and if it will be successful. Essentially, I do stuff so you don't have to. But before we start with the setup, I have one announcement. No, not announcement, but I want to show you something. By now you are probably familiar with the keeper cards, and in case you aren't, in a nutshell, they are information cards containing information about certain tarantula species. You see, this is Nandrochromatus, this is Pamphobeteus ultramarinus, and this is Pizzoteria rufilata. So you have a bunch of tarantula species, and also you get some information cards with some keeping guide notes and also some similar tips. So this is actually an expansion pack, while this right here, I have it. This is the original pack. You see they are basically the same. This one contains 30 species cards, and also this now new expansion pack is containing 30 more tarantula species. Stuff that is really cool to have. This was made by Danny, and he's a buddy of mine. And now currently he is running them on the Kickstarter, just how he released the original pack through the Kickstarter. So in case you want to get these cards, you can head over to the link in the description and order the cards for yourself. Just a little disclaimer, I'm not paid to promote the cards. I just like to promote the stuff that I think that is cool, and also Danny is a cool guy, but that is not the reason why these cards are cool. They are just cool to have on their own. Now let's actually start with the setup of this huge enclosure. With the lens, I also ordered the new GoPro, and I would like to a bit experiment with some new angles and stuff. I'm not really sure if I will use the footage from the GoPro now. I will just test stuff out. And also, here is something else that is new in my videos. For the first time, I will try and use this cork bark, cork bark panel. I will cut it to size and just put it behind to see how I like it. But I think that it should work out really well. So first we need to start with that. I need to cut it to appropriate size. This is first time that I'm cutting a cork bark board. I don't have experience with this, but it is really easy to cut if you are wondering. Now ideally I would silicone it to the background, but since I'm still not sure if I want to use it or not, I won't do that. I want to see how it looks first. But so far so good. Now next thing, of course, what we need the substrate. And for the substrate I need to mix a bunch of stuff. And the first ingredient is a potting soil, so let me bring that. And I have, you see, a big bag of it. It is recommended to have like a 10 centimeters of substrate, so that is the number that I'm going for. Now, next thing that I want to use is the actual cocoa fiber, and also in this mix there is a bunch of cocoa chunks, you see, like this. Next is a bit of peat moss, but since I don't have a lot of that stuff, I won't be using too much. Need to get more. Now we add the stuff that beetle larvae actually eat. That is dry wood thing that is starting to decompose. Yes, that is the stuff that larvae love to eat. Not love to eat, they need to eat that. And I just dump a lot of in the actual soil and mix it all up. Then while the grubs are digging, they will find it and eat it. Now we mix that all up. And currently you see I have less than 10 centimeters. but I will mix in their current substrate, and also I will put some wood pieces inside, so that will make it a bit higher. So don't you worry about that. This is the wood piece that I would like to add. Good, good, good. Now we reach the time where we add the grubs together with their substrate. And that should be a fairly easy task. By the way, I didn't even mention the reason why I also think that these two species will be compatible. It is because they also eat similar, or actually the same food. The beetles, they eat fruit and vegetables, or maybe just fruit. I think I need to check that again, but I know for sure that beetle larvae eat the same type of vegetable as the snails. So that is all good. Dumping time. Or maybe I don't want to just dump them, because that could potentially hurt the larvae. I will just do it slowly, like this. Is this potentially a cocoon? I think they look something like this. Let me just Google, but I think this could be it. Yep, that could be it. I don't want to, of course, open it to check for sure, but we will treat it now as if it is a cocoon. So that means I really need to be careful with this. Now I want to add some corkbark tubes inside. Just squeeze them in, and also they will hold this background in place together with this wood piece. And a bit more. And to finish it off with a couple of branches, of course. And this would be the final look. I could add some more leaf litter, but I don't really want to, because I'm not sure how. Or actually, nah, I will add some. Yeah, why not? Leaf litter makes everything look a bit better. I intentionally took these bigger pieces. Now to scatter some food, but I will also need to add more. But now, you know what we are still missing. The snails, of course, let's add those guys. So now, after having them for such a long time, sorry guy, finally they are receiving a decent enclosure. Here you go, guy. I will put him right beside the food. He will probably start munching it immediately when he spots it. And here I will put the other guy. And the third, the final snail, he will go here. Also, by adding them, we are adding a bunch of springtails, because their shells are usually covered with springtails for some reason. But I'm going to keep their enclosure intact in case I reconsider this decision of housing them together with the beetles in the future. But this thing now got me wondering, is this the real deal or not? By the looks of it, by the shape of it, I think that we are looking at the cocoon of the sun beetle. But since I never seen it in person, I cannot be sure. So therefore, I will place it in this separate container together with the other grub, and we will see what will happen if the beetle will emerge. Right there in the middle, you see? Sweet. And you see here, the munching has begun. Nom 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 nom. While this other guy didn't spot the food, he's actually now going in the wrong direction. But he's wondering, whoa, this space is now a bit bigger than our previous space. What is this? Guys, enjoy it, enjoy it. Also, I need to add them a bone for calcium. I'm not sure if beetle larvae will munch on it, but it can't do any harm. Now I want to put it in place and show you how it will look. Oof. It is now a bit heavier. Ta-da! This is how it looks. You see, I already installed the light, and it is right beside this new shelf that I made a couple of months ago. I think that it fits really, really well, and the background. I mean, it definitely wouldn't be my first choice, but it is better than having nothing over there. It's definitely better than nothing. This guy is still munching, you see. Now, since there are snails inside, this means that I will need to add far more food inside of the enclosure than I would if there were only beetles inside, because these guys can go through food really, really, really quickly. Okay, I really like the look of it. And when you go a bit further back, looking good, looking good. Now, rest of the shelf is just this plastic top, so they don't have any special lighting, but enclosure like this definitely needs a proper light setup. It's just sweet. Now, before we end the video, I have one package to open, and that will be a quick operation. Oh, it looks like we have a couple of layers. I can smell the candy. Oh, come on. Okay, letter inside. But I got a feeling that I know from who this package is. Oh no! I broke the gummy bear packaging. That means that I need to eat everything immediately. Oh no! Oh no! There, I didn't destroy this. That chewy. So spooky. I should have unboxed this for the Halloween, I guess. What do we have here? I got some posters. This should be Linda, as I see. And look at this fairy, Despacito, showing off. Also Felix and Cat. Cool. Okay, what is this about? Because these are my pictures, but they are edited a lot. A sticker. So, oopsie, I was wrong. For some reason I thought that this is from Kenya because it was from UK, and she actually said that she's sending me something over, but no, this is actually from Zoe, and she's actually doing a digital artwork like this, and because she is a big fan, she decided to make some for me and send me. I am among all the reasons why I'm hyped for the final Dark Den space. One of those reasons is that I will have a big empty space for fan mail where I will be able to display everything that I received over past few years, and I have kind of a lot now. So yeah, Zoe, that is where these posters will end up eventually, hopefully by the end of the year, although it is hard to tell. But thank you for sending me everything. I really like it, and also she got an Instagram page, so it is written down here, so if you want to check it out, make sure to check it out. Also, you asked me something, but I forgot what it was. If Maya will now allow me to have a snake. No, since Dark Den will now actually be at our house, now there is even less chance that she will allow that. But I don't mind. I really don't mind it. And also you asked me one other thing, to give a shout out to your other half, Dan. So, shout out to Dan. Okay, thank you for everything. Well, rest of you, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, thumbs it up and comment something. If you want to support this channel even more, there's a Patreon page. If you're new to this channel, make sure to subscribe up every Monday and Friday. See you again soon. Bye bye.